Chapter 43, A Contingency Plan. After Su Cheng came out from the gym, he was covered in sweat and was finding it difficult to stay calm. His power increased way too much in comparison to before, and not just by a little bit. That punch just now, if it landed on someone, Su Cheng couldn't imagine the consequences. It was just too creepily powerful, and that was why he felt a sense of unease. How could this be? Su Cheng mumbled to himself. Didn't they say that the incomplete biological serum would completely suppress and destroy his immune system and physical capabilities? Why was his sense of hearing enhanced? Why was his strength so horrifying? If that doctor from the National Biological Research Lab was here, he would definitely be familiar with the genes that allowed Su Cheng to summon such explosive strength. That's right, it was the powerful talent of ants. It was once said that if an ant were to be the size of a human, then its ability to lift 50 times its own weight would allow it to easily occupy the top of the food chain. However, right now Su Cheng only unlocked strength that was 10 times his own weight, and he didn't know that the serum he was injected with would trigger such a magical effect. As to why he was so nervous, it was because he feared that the power would also come with side effects. On Su Cheng's way back, he looked at his hands. Putting aside whatever side effect may come, at least now there was a drastic improvement in his strength and sensory abilities, and as long as there was an increase, there was hope for him to join the Dragon Division. It was a promise since childhood, a deal between a father and his son. It was also a hatred that crossed 2 generations. Cheng, do you know why your mother isn't around? Su Cheng was really small back then, and he shook his head in confusion. As someone that was always ridiculed in kindergarten for not having a mother, he really hoped that his mom could return to his side. His amiable and introverted father looked at the sky and said, "It is your dad's fault. Dad is sorry. If Dad was more powerful, then maybe your mom would have been able to come with Dad. Dad's wish in this lifetime is to raise you to have a bright future, and then bring you to see your mom. What do I have to do to be able to see Mom?" His father bitterly laughed and said, "It may be difficult, but it's not impossible. Once you enter the Dragon Division and become the top soldier there, maybe your grandpa will come and find you and bring you to your mom." When Su Cheng was young and naive back then, he didn't really understand what was happening. It was not until later that Lin Chugzhu's father told him, "You shouldn't hate your mom, she's innocent. If it wasn't for her, your grandpa would have killed your father a long time ago. It was an unfit marriage since the very start, and your father was cast aside by the Ye family for his entire life." Then, Su Cheng understood that his family had been ripped apart by someone, and it wasn't a marriage that received the Ye family's blessing. Even on the day of his dad's funeral, Su Cheng didn't see that mother of his make her first appearance in his life. So, he must enter the Dragon Division. He must come into contact with those superior connections, and one day find that hidden powerful family, bring them to his father's grave, and make them apologize on their knees. Every time he thought about the hatred condensed in his heart, Su Cheng would feel very annoyed. When he finally calmed himself down and was about to ignite the engine, he noticed that the car didn't start. He got off and popped open the front, only to find all the wires cut inside. There was also a note inside. On it was written the following message: "Mr. Officer, it was us that screwed up your car. You can come and find us at XXX to arrest us." The us declared that it was a group of people that did it, rather than just a person. Thinking back on the people on the "Who Did I Piss Off Recently" list, Su Cheng could come to the conclusion even with his butt that it was old Master Chin's people of the East Gate Casino. At night when he was patrolling in his uniform, those people couldn't openly screw with him. But now, Su Cheng was off work, and they obviously revealed their fangs. Su Cheng was already at a bad mood, and this pissed him off even more. He immediately got a cab and went to the address given. It was a warehouse in the rural area, and before the cab even got close to it, the driver stopped and said carefully, "I can only drop you off here." After Su Cheng gave him the money, he said to the driver, "Give me your number." I will give you a call later when I need a ride since there doesn't seem to be any cabs in the area. The driver reluctantly gave Su Cheng his card. And inside the warehouse, there were 30 or so thugs with sticks, steel pipes, knives, and other tools, sitting or standing around and smoking. Some grew a bit impatient and asked their boss, "Brother Tiger, you think that guy's coming? We just screwed his car, it wasn't like we got his brother or something. Now not even a lot of people would come to this kind of setup even if we got a hostage." Brother Tiger threw a cigarette butt and stepped on it as he slowly said, "I don't know if he's coming or not, but let this serve as a warning. We are just doing this to show Master Qin our loyalty, and at night, if that guy still dares to go on patrol, then he shouldn't blame us for teaching him a lesson." Just at this moment, the shutter door was suddenly forcefully dragged up. Those thugs were all terrified for a second and thought they were getting raided by the police. But then, they remembered that they didn't do anything serious enough to get arrested, so why would they be scared? Then, they saw that at the giant shutter door, there was only Su Cheng by himself, and the 30 or so thugs suddenly started laughing. Brother Tiger immediately gave Su Cheng a thumbs up and said, Brother Tiger, admire your courage." Su Cheng scanned the room and asked, "Who screwed with my car?" "We all did, so what? Do you want to arrest us all?" Tiger laughed and replied domineeringly. "It will be too much work." Su Cheng replied, "But I do have to teach you guys a lesson so you remember how to behave in the future." "Teach us a lesson?" Brother Tiger laughed. "Did you forget who you offended? Look through your memories, it should be us teaching you a lesson on how to behave in the future, got it?" Old Master Qin already made an announcement. He said that he never wants to see you again in Shangcheng. Not even the parents can control the fate of their child, so what gives him the right to control mine? Su Cheng sneered. "Because of what he's capable of in Shangcheng. You are just a little patrol officer, without you, the earth will keep on spinning. No one will blame your disappearance onto Master Qin." Brother Tiger laughed and said, "I can give you another choice right now. Give me 2 million and promise me you will not appear in Shangcheng again, and I will help you get out of the city. How's that?" Brother Tiger was not stupid too. It was still a big crime if they killed a patrol officer, and he didn't want this much trouble at such a young age. If Su Cheng wasn't an officer, he probably wouldn't waste this much time talking to him, and he might have just made his move anywhere in a secluded alley hidden by the darkness of the night. "You think I'm afraid of you? I even beat up Master Qin, you think I will give you 2 million to ask you to help me run? If that's the case, why would I still be a police officer? In Shangcheng, it's not Master Qin's turn to run the city yet." Su Cheng sneered. Brother Tiger's face sank. "You are playing with fire.